See that cute little baby on the screen? Yeah, that was me. A long time ago, though. I was born February 17, 1995, at a grand total of 7 pounds and 5 ounces. At 6 months, I was already sitting alone, and at 12 months, I was walking. I had my great first words at a total of 9 months, and by 18 months, I was already talking in sentences, and I understood no at a very young age, which I heard was a good thing, because I was kind of stubborn. I loved Sesame Street, and I loved my dogs, and I made my first friends at about 2. I was very attached to my mom, but heck, I'm still attached to my mom, so it's not that hard to imagine. Now for the good old days of preschool. It was the stage that I was always running and hopping and skipping and doing who knows what else. I was kicked out of ballet class at this age because I was a distraction to the class. That's when we realized I should probably be doing more physical sports. I loved to read and write, and I would always carry around books with me like a good little girl. And I loved to draw. I liked to play with my friends, and I was really good with sharing my Barbie dolls, but I still could play on my own, which was good. I enjoyed being a big sister, but he didn't play with me that much because he was really young, and that was a problem. I was also really stubborn. I liked to lick the sides of cakes off when I was told I wasn't allowed to have them yet, which was kind of a problem at the time. I was addicted to song lyrics. I knew every single word to every single Disney song and VeggieTales song, and I would sing them all the time. My life pretty much started when I began kindergarten at Midway Elementary School, which was the same school that my mom taught, so I thought I was a pretty big deal. I loved everything about kindergarten, from chasing gingerbread men to counting Skittles. It was all good things. I loved reading. I was a huge reader. I loved Junie B. Jones and I loved Magic Tree House, but I started reading mainly chapter books in about first grade. I also started basketball and soccer at this age, which was great because I continued to play that until late high school. I also started playing piano in second grade. Believe it or not, I was kind of shy at school, but I was never shy at home. And while I did have a few play dates now and then, I didn't have my best friend until second grade, and I'm still very good friends with her. Apparently I was kind of rebellious in kindergarten and fourth grade, but that was the same time as my parents' divorces and remarriages, so it's kind of understandable. And while I did listen to my teachers all the time, I sometimes like to put up a little bit of rebellion against my mother's rules. Now time for those wonderful middle school years. These years were really tough on me because we had a lot going on with my family, but somehow I managed. But it was still a lot to handle. I was extremely active, and I also joined the track team, so I was doing track, basketball, and soccer. I was very studious, and I always strove to do really well on tests, and I always enjoyed challenges, and I was kind of a history freak. I hung out with my friends mainly through sports, which is part of the reason I loved it so much. I knew right from wrong, and I hated getting in trouble, and I always followed the rules unless I thought something was unjust, in which case I would break it on purpose. At this age, I also started volunteering, which really affected my life. I've always been involved in Really for Life, so once I got into high school, I joined the committee with my mom so we could help people like my grandpa who suffer from cancer. While I still was very focused on my grades, I also had different priorities now, like my volunteer work. I joined my State Youth Activation Council for Project Unify after getting involved with Special Olympics at my school, and I loved it. I loved the maturity and responsibility it gave me. I was able to plan events, I had learned organization skills, I learned how to talk to people, and I was really good at understanding different perspectives and connecting with others. And from there, I joined the National Youth Activation Council, and that is where I really found my niche. I get to travel all over the country talking about the thing I love, Project Unify, and being with the best people on the planet, all with and without intellectual disabilities. My involvement with Project Unify has opened so many doors for me that I cannot wait to see what my future holds. I've learned to accept diversity and so many other things. These kids I work with are the best people in the entire world, and it just warms my heart so much to know that I'm making a difference for them. I'm lucky enough to have 2 families now. One with my family in South Carolina, and the other one with my National Yak family. My name is Kelsey Foster, and this is my timeline.
Well, hello, Ashton. How are you today?
Happy.
What is this face for? We had an important announcement. What's our important announcement? This is Ashton.
Austin, you're such a handsome man. What's your name?
Paris Singleton.
Paris, what do you love about Project Unify?
Kelsey Foster.